So good evening, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining today. For all the Indians, happy Republic Day. It's a nice day. And for everyone, happy full moon. So I can see full moon right from where I'm sitting, like outside. It's beautiful. So as we start with a small prayer and invocation for everyone. So we'll just do that. And then we'll just go ahead with the details and with the question answers. Shall we? So just be receptive, gently touch your heart, gently touch your crown. You can put your hands like this, or you can put your hands like this, or you can put the hands on your lap facing upwards. It's up to you. To the great Supreme Being, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to my beloved spiritual teacher, to all the spiritual teachers, to all the holy gurus, saints, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers, to the beings of oracle card reading, the beings of intuition, the beings of wisdom, the beings of discernment, the beings of understanding, the beings of right thinking, the ability of making the right choices, the beings of love, the beings of service, the beings of surrender. We humbly request you for your divine presence, for your guidance, for your help, for protection. For the session, kindly help us all to be open-minded, to be receptive, to be able to be flexible enough to receive something that's beyond our preconceived ideas. Thank you so much for helping us take what is meant for us and understand what's right for us and guide so that we can make the right decisions, whatever is best for our highest good. To the beings of technology, connectivity, we're very grateful for your contribution. To all the beings present, we're very grateful. With deep gratitude, respect, and love, we thank you all, we thank ourselves in full faith. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, so I just want to clarify first thing, this is a question and answer session for the upcoming course, Oracle Card Reading. Why I'm saying I'm starting with clarification, because the team shared a link for all those people who cannot make, for whatever reasons they cannot make to the live session, so to send their questions. So I have received the questions not related to the course, but related to their personal life. So all those who have sent me, this is not a reading session, it is a session to know about how the reading can be done, how we'll learn to do the reading in the coming weeks, in coming time. So before I start, I want to know, are you all aware of card reading? Or let me rephrase myself. How many of you have no idea about what is card reading? So you can just maybe give a thumbs up, or use the reaction so that I know, and then I'll start sharing accordingly. On the screen, you'll be able to see on your gadget, there's a reaction. So if you see there, you can give a thumbs up, or you can raise hands. So yeah. So there's a lot. There are few. There are few who have no idea about card reading. Yeah. Okay. How many of you have heard of tarot cards? Because I think tarot are very popular over the period of time, because they are the first cards that came. Anyone aware of tarot? Heard? Okay. So I'll start with the very basic things. We have at times seen in the movies that there is a parrot that comes out from the cage and says certain things are there, and it picks an envelope, and then that's the message for you. I hope you guys have at least seen something like that. So it is like there are certain cards, and then the parrot is picking up randomly the messages that were pre-written or something like that. So actually, I'll start with showing with you a tarot deck. Why? Because this is very common. So just to be on the grounds where at least I hope you all can see my screen, right? So if you see, this is a tarot deck. So these are cards. I'll come to Oracle just to clarify. So this is a traditional tarot deck, and these are just cards with the symbols. And if you see, there's so many. So there are 78 of them. And these are the very ancient, or you can say very old cards. The first which came when the people initially they start using it for playing cards, just like we have, a normal playing card. So initially people started with the tarot as the playing cards, and then slowly, gradually, it became popular because of the symbols. People started getting, messages. And then there is an author, if you see, Rider Waite. So he's the one who came up with the traditional tarot, and it has a lot of rules, a lot of regulations. So somebody who needs to read these cards, if you see, there are no words at all. So everybody needs to know what this means. So there's a lot of, I can say, logical thinking that is required, a lot of learning requires to learn all these meanings. And then what these cards do is that based on the symbols or based on the cards that we pick. So if I say, the process goes like we take a deck of cards and then we shuffle them. And when we shuffle, if there is any question, we ask that in our mind. So let's say I'm just randomly picking. So for all the people who are right now here, in general, let's see, as this group, what comes up. So this is my intention, and I am just doing this, and I'm just randomly picking one card because that felt. And if you see, there are just symbols, right? So I really need to know all these 78 cards by heart. And I really need to know the hidden meanings. And then comes an extra part that talks about intuition. That it's not just this, because if I just remember, the meaning of what is here, I'll be very limited to these symbols. But if I have my intuition, that I can go beyond and see. In general, I just tell that it talks, can you see the person? So in general, all of us or most of us as a group, majority is in not good mental state. I could go specific if I'll pick one by one, but this general card came, and this talks about, sleepless nights or worry, a lot of tension going on, a lot of thoughts at the same time. So a person is just like that. But this is just randomly with the images I'm saying. So this is a very traditional way of going about it, and it takes a lot of extra efforts. So in the process, when the cards became very popular, the tarot, then people also start, coming up, okay, before this, I'll just say. So if we say the cards, for example, so we are using it as a tool to get more insight about what is going on in my life right now. Okay. People generally become very fascinated with cards because they think these are the tools for prediction. Like I can predict the future, or I can see the future and I can tell what will happen. A lot of questions what I got are those, can you just tell me if my health will be fine, or if the situation is going to be okay, or something like that. So what happens is, where are the answers coming from? First question. The answers come from, we can say, the nature, the divine, the consciousness that flows, which has all the wisdom. Okay. And the answer comes, it's not going to just verbalize it like I'm verbalizing with you. So it connects. So the more we go in the process of trying to understand, using some or the other tool, if you I don't know how many of you are aware, but there are many people who does scrying. I don't know if you have heard of. The scrying is that they'll just take a crystal or something, they'll gaze and they'll get certain answers. There are somebody who will take the coffee mug. It's like you drink the coffee and then whatever is left, and based on that, they'll give you certain insights about you. Okay. But where are those information coming from? It is not, see, one, for example, you drank coffee, I drank coffee. Or let's say you picked one card, I picked one card, and it is the same card. But then all our stories are not same, right? We all have different baggages, different kind of inclination. We are very similar, but we are very different at the same time. So if I just go by a very logical mind, I'll never be able to help somebody, or I'll never be able to help myself with the real messages that's very, very personal to me. So the messages that come from is with our connection with ourselves and with our connection with the divine, the consciousness that's always flowing. So when we start using certain tools to connect and get with, get the messages or get a deeper understanding. Let's say I'm going through a certain problem in my life and I'm not able to figure it out. Where am I going wrong or what can I do? So I can very easily take the cards, and there's a way you open the cards. And once you read, you will get the understanding, okay, these are my flaws, or these are not my flaws. Or maybe this is something that is, in my hands, I can make it. This is something. And if nothing changed, then there is something that is giving you an idea of what's going to happen in the future. But when I don't like my future, and if I read my cards, I say, okay, I think I can work on this one. So let's say, for an example, I am not getting a job. Okay. And when and I'm not getting, and I don't know what to do. So when I opened the cards, I opened a card which talked about that, I have a lot of toxic energy maybe around me. Or maybe it talks about like this, that I am very, very negative, very, very enclosed. So when I see, I can also open a card that can give me an advice. So maybe the one card give me an advice that you really need to go out and take a break for some time and don't pursue much. I'm just giving an example. Maybe a card says, there's certain guidance that comes in. And then when I open the spread, like open the cards to check how will things go. And I don't like the outcome. So I see that whatever is happening right now, it's not leading me to any job. But whatever guidance is there, or whatever negativity or whatever weakness I saw in the cards for me, I say, okay, I want to change the outcome. And now I understand where I'm lacking. I'll make changes. So once I make changes, the future changes too. I hope it's very simple thing. I'll show cards before getting you guys confused with the variety. So it's like we use certain tools. And once I start using cards as a tool, because they are meant for this, so they have certain kind of messages, certain kind of themes. So slowly and gradually what happens is that my intuition becomes heightened, and then I start getting messages from anything and everything in my surrounding also. Okay. So yeah, course will be in English. So these are tarots. We are not going to learn these ones. Okay. So when initially these cards started, then more people getting, more intuitive, more ideas flows in. It's like once you become creative and you do one kind of thing, then more things start coming in. And it applies to everyone. So if somebody who is a very good chef and it's very creative with the cooking, with the recipes. So once you're cooking and making variety of dishes, more ideas comes. Oh, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do this. And this is applicable to every creative field. Once you are in it, you get more ideas. So there comes the influence that many people with their own intuitions, with their own guidance, they started getting certain themes, certain messages, and they created their own cards. So all these cards that are made to have again the messages from the divine for ourselves, for others. And also we can use them to, have a little sneak peek in the future based on what's going on. But then these are not very structured. So in tarot, it's very structured. You really need to know certain basic meanings. Without that, you cannot read it. But with these oracle cards, they are created out of pure intuition, inner calling. And so they give one a freedom to just go 100% intuitive with them. So they are based on themes, and there is no set number. Like for tarot, it's always 78. You will not find any tarot deck which is any other number. So they're always 78 cards. But when we talk about oracle cards, that means they are theme-based cards, again, going to be used for deeper understanding, getting the messages, and having a sneak peek of the future. But they're very flexible, they're very open, and there is a huge kind of variety. So I'm just going to share some so that whatever I'm saying makes more sense to everyone. So let's see. I have one deck that's based on past life. So if you read the name, Doreen Virtue is not more there, but if you read Brian L. Weiss, MD, he is a very good author who talks about reincarnation, life after life. He talks about death. So there are many books. And then this Doreen Virtue, she right now she's not there. She used to be an amazing card reader. Not there means not there in the card reading. She had change of faith. So she was very intuitive and she was clairvoyant. So along with this, the MD Brian Weiss, she came up. She had her own understanding, and they came up with something that's about past life. So if I am somebody who is more inclined to past life, I would pick something that's related to past life. And if you see, this deck says that there are 44, it's a 44 card deck, not 78. So this is a theme, and this theme is past life. So if somebody has a question related to past life, or if somebody knows, so we'll use this deck just to say, and this has messages based on, based on something that can be related to. So Native America means, maybe if I open this for you, maybe you have a past life where you were a Native American, something like that. And then there came a small booklet which has, I'm not going to sell this, so don't take me otherwise, I'm just giving an information. So there comes the booklet where, based on the author, like what ideas, what messages, what kind of understanding author had while creating this. So author has given the meaning based on what the author understanding was. But when we learn the card reading, we just don't stick with the meaning what the author has said. We add on based on our own intuition. So this was based on past life, and it's a 44 card deck. Now there is another oracle card. This is a oracle card, animal spirit. So all those who are very connected to animals, who believes in how to say, who believes in that there are animal spiritual guides, who believe that okay, animals also give messages, or who have frequent experiences of, for example, I don't know why, but whenever I go out, I see some or the other butterfly. Or I find that grasshopper is always there. So all those people may be interested in doing this. But if you see, it is a 68 card deck. It was 44, this is 68. Again, based on what the author was, this is Colette, the author name is Colette Baron Reed. She is also very, very famous, very intuitive, but she has her own ways. So this is one of her decks. God, I'm not able to open it. So this is one of her decks. And if you see, they're beautiful. And they have animals, and when you see, there is this little message written about it, but then there is a lot more, and you can learn that based on the meanings in the book. So initially, if somebody starts with this kind of deck, they'll have to refer the book, because not everybody will know this 68 animals. How will everyone know about those? But then they can know, and then slowly and gradually they can add on to it with their own experiences. So this is one. Now let's take an example. There are many. So this is again a 44 card, and this is Angel Answers. So this deck, so if you see all the decks, I just randomly put to just show. There are various varieties. So this is Ascended Masters. This is Angel Therapy. Let's say. This is based on the healing angel, Archangel Raphael. So Archangel Raphael is the archangel for healing. So any card related to health, any concern related to health, I always refer to these cards. So if you see, there's so many themes, So this is related to life purpose. People who are very interested in Buddhism. So this is a Buddha wisdom. People who are very interested in fairies or nature. So they are oracle cards with fairies. But every card has its own speciality. So for example, somebody wants a reading related to manifestation, like things are not manifesting, or guidance, then I will use the fairy cards because fairies are known for manifestation. So if you will see, and so if you will see, every deck comes with a booklet, but then if you see, these cards have different kind of imagery and different kind of meaning. And oracle cards, a lot of them have some words so that you have a little understanding just by reading. And then when we practice in the class, we practice going, kind of meditating and going within the card and know that what all different things happen. So it's a beautiful, beautiful process. So when we'll do the oracle card reading course, and there's so many, based on, this is something that's purely connected to the soul kind of things. Then some people who really like working with chakras, so you have chakra oracle. This is an Indian author. There are miracle cards. So if you notice, there's so many. Somebody who has knowledge of astrology and they want to combine astrology with the cards. So there are karma cards which are based on astrology. So these cards have a theme where they have planets, they have signs, they have houses. So based on what I am or what you are getting inclined to, there is a variety that the variety of cards that exist in the market. So what we are going to do is we'll be starting the course of oracle card reading in February. We have planned it starting on 23rd of February, so that all those who are interested in learning, they'll have enough time to buy the cards. So all those who are interested, you need to buy something that you feel most inclined to. Amazon, they are mostly available. If Amazon is not there in your place, then you just see if there is any proper chain. Like here in Philippines, we have Fully Booked. That's a bookstore, but they also keep the cards. So generally the books, where you find the books, you will find cards also. Not always, but most of the times. Otherwise, you'll get a lot of variety on Amazon. So the right way is that to scroll through them. And once you will do it, you will know which one is catching your attention the most. And then on Amazon, the best part is that you have reviews. So you can go through the reviews, and then there are so many people who share, and then it's written about something about the card. So you can pick any deck. Any means any. And what we'll do is that we'll learn how to read any oracle deck. So it's not that everyone, if there are, for example, if there are 100 people in the session, 100 people can have 100 different kind of decks. And I don't need to have your deck. You do not need to have my deck. We'll learn how to connect with the cards. We'll learn the process, and we'll do a lot of practice online. So on Zoom, there is an option of breakout rooms. So what we do is we'll understand, learn, and then we go in the breakout rooms, and randomly among all the participants, we'll just practice. So it's going to be more of a workshop where whatever I'm telling you, I'll be asking you to do it along with me. So if we have to cleanse, we have to charge, we have to connect, everything we'll be doing real time. And we'll be learning in a way how we can work on our intuition, so that if I get any kind of deck, I can still be able to read it. Okay. It's going to be a 6 weeks journey where we'll have one session per week. The one session will be kind of maybe, let's say 2 hours minimum. It can extend a little more. And then whatever we learn on that day, for the next week, till the next session, there'll be an assignment so that you can practice and you can be really comfortable with whatever we have learned on the first day, and then we'll meet again after a week. So every time we'll have 1 week's time so that all those who kind of could not make to the live sessions, they can go to the recordings. I'll be always available. So we'll have questions every week, like every day we'll have a question answers, all doubts will be cleared. Or if there are less questions on the first day, so all the questions on the first day will be taken care of on the second. So that's how we'll go, and it will be a certification course. So everybody who will participate, who will submit the assignments will get the certificate. Why I'm saying submit the assignment, because it's very difficult online. Sometimes people, they just register and then they don't do anything. So I really need to know that you know how to read if you are carrying a certificate. So that's how it is. And yeah, let me see if shall we get any remedies from that symbol? May or may not, that depends. So I'll share you an example. Let's say we'll use a therapy card. Feel free to post your questions in the chat. I'll just take all of them. I'm just giving you an example. So I'm using angel therapy because somebody asked about some kind of remedy. In therapy, it is kind of suggestion. Randomly, let me pick someone. Sorry. Okay, let me just pick someone. Priyanka, is it okay? Priyanka Patwardhan, it's fine. Is it okay if I just pick randomly? Don't worry, I'll not go in any personal life. So these are therapy cards. So let's say Priyanka. So I'm just repeating her name in my mind. For all those who are seeing what am I doing, I'm just kind of connecting with her, and I'm just keeping in my mind that to the beings of angel therapy, I humbly request you, please help me help Priyanka get one message that's most important for her to know right now. So when I shuffle, I feel when I need to stop. That's one way. I'm just picking one. Another way is I'm picking for Shaji. Something that Shaji needs to know right now. So what I'm doing is I'm just shuffling. And then I'm just seeing which one I need to open for Shaji. Okay, so for Priyanka, the card that came is of indigo. And when we talk about indigo, they're highly intuitive beings. It's like, I'm reading the message first. The person you are inquiring about is an indigo, meaning a highly sensitive, natural born leader. So generally, whenever indigo comes in, it makes, it gives an impression that this person feels that I do not really fit in with the people. I do not know, am I an alien or what? But I don't really feel comfortable, with the way the humans live. And these people are very sensitive. Sensitive means if they enter somebody's home and it's there has been a fight or something, they'll not feel comfortable. If they go to, it's like, if you are sensitive, you're very sensitive and you pick up energies and you're not sure. Am I correct, Priyanka?
Yes, and it's true.
So generally, if that is the case, like for example, if Priyanka is my client and she came and she was like not comfortable, and I just picked up this card, so I'll just say, okay, don't worry. Sensitivity is not your weakness; it's the strength. So when we affirm that, oh my God, I'm very sensitive, and then our surroundings start becoming, overpowering us. In Hindi, we say havi, like they control or they're. But when I say, okay, that's my strength, if something bad is going to happen, I'm the first one who will know. If something good is happening, I'll be the first one to get attracted towards it. So for all those people who are like this, very, very sensitive, these things, I was very sensitive, and that's how the cards came in my life. And I would say for me, okay, let me show your face, show you my face. For me, I don't, yeah, now it's different. I'm talking about, so I came into card reading in around 2005, 2004, 2005. It has been very long. So I did not used to trust people. And it's so many times we come across people saying that, oh no, there are so many people who are fooling you. So if you are in a difficult situation, what if the person is tricking, and what if the person makes fool you around and make an undue advantage of you. So when these card came, it felt that whatever I do not want, because I was, I think, I don't know, college, early college or something. So when the cards came, they gave me a very safe space where if I have something going on with me and I don't want to share, I can just sit with myself and I can connect and I get the answers. So they were the tools which provided me, and they still provide me a lot of comfort. So if ever I am, that's how I have a variety because I just get, like, based on, again, being sensitive, based on what kind of stage of life you are in, what kind of emotional, mental, and spiritual stage you are in, you start getting attracted to different ones. So, for example, initially, if I would say, where is that deck? This is an easy deck to. I'm not saying you buy this one because now I don't much resonate with this. But for me, as a beginner, this was very easy to get because this is the angel, sorry, this is the angel answers. So it was very easy. So for example, my God, I have not used it for a long time. I'm just tapping and releasing the stuck energy. That's it. Although you feel maybe I have uh, OCD compulsive thing to do this, it's not the case. Okay. So for example, I can see Nachmaji. So let's see from the angel answers randomly what comes to her. I'm not keeping any intention. So if I'm picking one card for her and it is saying get more information. So Najma ji, when the moment I took your name and when I started shuffling, whatever thought that was coming to you, certain concern, okay, maybe, or whatever is going on, uh, you lack information. You need more information related to that matter. So maybe if you are worrying about something, then maybe that worry will become less once you get more details related to it. And if you are really excited about something, then you may become more grounded. So this is a random thing I picked. So if you notice this, these are very like somebody says, no, if we get a remedy or something, some kind of small solution came in a very simple deck. Listen to your intuition. So this card has a direct yes or no. Now the yes with an exclamation mark is as if the angel is shouting and saying, yes, yes, just go ahead, go ahead. But you had another kind. Some say like ask for help from others. So this was a very easy deck to start with when I started, because it just had the straight away answer to it. So it was very easy for a person who is not very good with intuition, somebody who is sensitive but very logical. And then comes a stage where I started getting attracted to a deck like this, a star seed, which if you see, the messages are for example, the messages, or let's say this one. So you don't even have much figure to go with. If my intuition is not heightened, I'll be blank. Like, what's this? My life is blank and this card is blank and where am I going? But and the words, if you see, it's like very limited. Perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. For somebody who is not uh, familiar with card reading, this deck will not make any sense. And then the words comes like, I do not resonate much. So based on our own journey, internal journey, we keep on getting attracted to different kinds, and they are the ones which we need, and they are the ones which the people, maybe our family, our clients need. And that's how. So I'll tell you the story. I got very attracted to this karma cards, and I had very minimal knowledge about astrology. So when I got this deck, initially it was not making any sense to me, and I was like, why was I getting so so attracted to it? And then one fine day, when I was really down emotionally, and I wanted some clarity, and somehow when I just stood in front of all these decks, this just came up. And that was the day, maybe because I was very ready. So if you see, this deck has planets, it has signs, and it has houses. So for this, it's good if I have at least some knowledge about houses, some knowledge about planet. But if I open the card, this one is the one which has certain words, and I have to connect this word, like for example, be realistic about your dreams by making the right connections, and that is it. Whatever it's going to explain, there is no detail. So I really need to be intuitive enough that I can make and read, what we say, read between the lines, and give the person asking question, or give myself a detail related to, okay, so this means this means this statement means this. But initially, if I buy this and I start, I won't be able to read. I'm just giving examples that based on, how you come across and how you grow in the journey. So that was for Priyanka. This was for Shaji that I opened. Okay, so for Shaji, the throat chakra came in. So throat chakra, and it says the angels are helping you lovingly speak your truth. So when I looked at this card, my attention, the first attention went on a hand, which was touching the throat. And my attention goes on her eyes, which is looking in the different direction. So the first message, other than whatever is written, is coming to me that maybe I want to say something, but I'm trying to look away. So one message that is coming to me, that maybe I'm trying to avoid my own feelings. I'm not acknowledging them. And the other can be, another feeling that's coming at the same time is, I'm not telling the truth. That's how I'm feeling. So I'm not sharing what I really mean inside. Maybe I'm really concerned about other person and I'm just trying to avoid that situation. Is that does that resonate with you, Shaji? Are you there? Does that resonate?
Yes, madam. As you said, are 100% correct. Throat shoe fell on my throat and problem I am having, and the angels are helping me to improve my throat. I am so problems with my throat, and I had studied with angels from you, and studied oracle card, angel card, and so many cards readings.
Wow.
And
Thank
you
you.
said
Stay better.
100%, as you said,
I know.
100%.
I
Thank
know
you.
it's always, yeah, most welcome. Most welcome.
Yeah.
So for him, based on what I was getting was, I will just say that, okay, now when he mentioned that there is throat problem, I would just say, I would say to him that please do not hold back in. Do not hold back in. It's okay if there is something not so loving, but speak. Till the time you'll not speak, this throat thing, no matter how much healing, whatever treatment you get, it's not going to get fine. So the person who was asking, do we get remedies? Something like this comes up. I do not know if there are oracle cards on Lal Kitab. Of those who people know, but Otherwise, so you get certain guidance based on what direction. Related to remedy, this card can be of another example. So let's say, okay, let me just see. Once I'll pick the card, I'll pick somebody. So for example, somebody has a health concern, and then I'm using this Archangel Raphael healing deck. Shashidharan ji, are you all fine? Do you need something related to health? I can't hear you. You need to unmute yourself.
Now I'm having some stomach problems.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So let's see. So for him, related to Shashidharan ji, let's see. Message for the health, which can help him with his stomach problem. When you say stomach, I'm understanding as digestive, right? Related to digestive system.
Yes, digestive system.
Yes. So the first card that I picked is do more research. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for clearly and gently leading me to the information that I need to know for my well-being. Please give me the courage to be assertive as I take charge of my healthcare needs. This has already happened. You have got to somebody. Okay. Then it coming divine intervention. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for being with Shashidharan V. Panikkar and for helping with his digestive system. I have faith in divine intervention and I fully accept your guidance now. One thing is coming, when we get this card, that there is lack of receptivity. So in case you are getting a treatment specifically, what we can say, the non-traditional ones, there is a block with the receptivity. So, and when I'm saying block with the receptivity, so being my understanding, when you say about the digestive system, it is there near the solar and the navel. And those are the areas, if I talk about solar, it talks about the lower emotions which get stored. And when I talk about the navel is somebody which is always talking about that ability to fight and stand, the reflexes comes from navel. So somebody who has been through a lot can be really headstrong and not acknowledge sometimes and not receive sometimes. So pray. So this card talks about pray. Do more research. Talks about again that talk to somebody who has more information which can guide you with the best. I'm just being guided to pick one over. And the third card came is of stay positive. So thank you for, dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me be optimistic and take the appropriate action steps that support. So somewhere there are so many other cards which talks about, like consult a nutrition, or there are so many other messages. But for you, what I am getting is that you really need to pray and be optimistic about it and be open and discuss things with somebody who is knowledgeable in that area. Are you avoiding going to doctors?
Yes.
Is that true?
No.
No?
Now I am my own treatment. I am getting my own treatment.
Giving you your own treatment?
Yeah, pranic hearing treatment.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. But according to the card, you need to consult somebody else also. So a lot of times when I'm taking into consideration it's randomly, I'm just picking somebody and doing. So those kind of remedies you can get. But yeah, I got blanks. I was getting too much connected there. Anyway, so shall we get any remedies from the symbols? Yes. That goes when our intuition gets heightened. So then when we do the reading, a lot of times our eyes goes that. So that's what we will be practicing throughout 6 weeks, how to connect and how to go beyond the words, how to go beyond beyond what is very, very visible. So in the last time when I offered the Oracle card, we had the practice sessions, and the reading that was being done by people, I just used like they shared the pictures, so I used it as a slide for a case study for everybody to give their, give their own readings. So we discussed, like we opened the card and then we discussed randomly picking participants, or participants were raising hands and saying, okay, I would like to add more, I would like to add more. And we do readings like, I'll give a scenario. So this is a scenario. This is like, let's say for an example, there is a child who has just completed that's it. There is a child who has just completed 8th or 9th grade, and it's the time to choose the subject. So the parents have certain inclination, the child is saying certain, or let's say the child is herself or himself confused and there are multiple options. And then I'll just kind of, open, and then I'll say, okay, if these are the cards, what would be your suggestion? So that's how we practice. That's how we do it. So different people, so same cards are there, but then different people are giving different attributes to it based on, okay, my eyes went there. This is this. So that's how we do, and it's really fun. If it's the same card, but 5 different people are catching 5 different deep points. So we learn how to go deep beyond, how to connect, and then how to go in the details like that. The course is in English. What's the difference between Oracle and Tarot? I started with this because I knew this comes up. So Tarot is a traditional deck, and it's I think you joined late. So there is, initially I just told about it. Maybe you can go through the recording. And Oracle is a theme based. So if you notice, there is angel, there is karma, there is therapy, there is ascended masters. There's like relationship, past life purpose, Buddha, wisdom, chakra. So all these words, fairies, and there's no limit, like star seeds. So with the Oracle cards, they are theme-based cards, and they don't have a set structure. So all those who are interested in learning tarot, and you have never done card reading, this would be a very good step to do. And there's a reason why I'm saying. So the reason is when, like I remember I was so young when I started the cards, they just happened. And the kind of dedication and time I had, I used to sleep, the cards are there under the pillow every time anything is happening. So I used to open my cards, and then even, okay, I'll show you this. It's interesting to show. So when I got the cards, they just kind of happened to be, okay, I don't have them there. Wait, I don't have the ones that I got the first time. Born, and I've just put them here. It's literally in bad shape. So this is what is left from my first deck when I started. And it was not even the traditional, like Rider-Waite came in my life much later, which really helped me understand. So this was not even a proper deck, but this is how I started with them. But still, it is the same. So even if there is a, like, it's the images are different, but still I'll have the same kind of theme, same kind of bifurcations or the divisions as far as the cards are there. So what I used to do was, I used to open the cards for, let's say, my entire week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then I'll just see what is there, and then I'll just note down what cards came up, and I would just write my own interpretation. And like, let's say for example, on Sunday I opened the card for the entire week, and then next Sunday or next Saturday I'll just go and review my life, that okay, so this was the card and what happened. So with me it was kind of reverse engineering kind of thing that happened. I initially, there was, when I started, we did not have, it was not so much popular. My city, we did not even have good tarots. So that's how I learned. So I really spent a lot of, like literally years connecting. And so I started with intuition, and then came the Rider Waite, and then I got formal training and understood what it meant. So it just added on. But if I think about now, and if I don't know tarot, and if I'll have to start doing it, I'll say not my cup of tea. Because it's so structural that I have to put in. And if somebody wants to go really, if somebody really wants to become a very good reader, it's very important that you are intuitive with your messages. Otherwise, you will be just like a robot. Okay, this card means this, 10 meanings, and that is it, and done. So when we start with oracle cards, it already starts with intuition. So when the intuition flows, and when then you come with learning tarot, it becomes very easy, because a lot of things you will see and it will make sense. And then if I'll tell, okay, this is the story of the major arcana, this is the story of the wands or the cups, it will not take a lot of time for you to memorize. You don't need to memorize, because you will flow with it. And I'll want to share with all those who are thinking of doing tarot after this. Even in the tarot there are themes. So for example, if you see, they have used the word tarot here, but this is not actually like that. They're not 78 cards. So if ever, they have just taken it from the major arcana. So in tarot cards, it's divided into two. One is we call major arcana, and there are 22 cards, and one we call the minor arcana. So this one, the love tarot, they just have the major arcana cards. They don't have the rest. So if ever you want to learn tarot later and you want to do oracle first, you can opt something like this. I'm not saying the same deck, but this is angel tarot cards, and they are same 78 decks. But because I'm saying angel tarot, so they have angel theme. So when you will do this oracle card, will not go with the tarot meanings, but you will get a little message, you will connect, and you will still be able to read them just as we read oracle. And later when we get tarot, then we can start with the with this one, because this is the traditional one. Every tarot is based on this. So when we learn with the roots, it becomes easy. So it will just add on to it, and it will not be very, very difficult. And you will not have to buy another deck. It's like you just have to buy this, but you don't need to buy any other thing. So for all those who are interested in tarot and you want to combine, you can get something like this. So this is angel. This is okay. So I'll just tell you something that's funny. There are more, like for example, Archangel Tarot. So, but you'll always find that same theme, everything. So this question, after sharing all of this question that what is the difference between tarot and oracle cards? Tarot are somebody, I would say, who's very rude, straightforward. So if something very bad is happening, even you will look at the picture and say, oh my God, what's this? So it's not for, so somebody who is already very sensitive, or somebody who is not, who believes words very strongly. It's, I prefer to use, even if I open tarot, I prefer to use the oracle cards, because the words are softer. The words are more polite. So it becomes easy. And you can easily do counseling with the cards. So all those who are interested, you can get a tarot that is angel, like, which is theme based tarot, and you can start practicing with it. So later when you want to do tarot, it will be very, very easy. So there is another that I have, that's Archangel Power Tarot. So if somebody is a very depressive state, this card, though it is tarot, but because it is archangel power, the words are very uplifting and strengthening. So all those who can scan, this has a lot of will energy, like the divine will aspect. So if somebody who is too, like somebody who is going through a lot of trauma, then I'll use this, because this is tarot, but at the same time, the kind of words it has, it will give a lot of inner strength to, okay, get up and start back. So once you check the oracle cards, you will find that they have themes, and there are certain kind of words that goes through certain kinds of, every author has a different energy. So based on what you get more connected to, choose that one, and that will work the best till the time you got elevated internally and you say, okay, now I want to get something else. So which card to be purchased in oracles, that's what you get most attracted to, or you feel that, okay, I'm more aligned to it, get that one, and that would be the best one to start with. So just scroll on Amazon and just see this one. Okay, sometimes I have noticed some people have 2-3, so just get 2-3, get the like download that picture, and then just 3, and just say, if I have to choose one, this is also a practice, right from getting the answer from yourself. Just make a small prayer that, okay, whatever deck it is, or maybe all the angels, the beings who are associated with the oracle card reading, please help me make the best choice. So close your eyes, keep those 3 pictures, and then when you'll see, you'll be more inclined to one. Automatically it's happened, because intuition is there with everyone. So that's how it is. Which is your favorite deck? Angel answers are my favorite. I like all of them. So it depends upon whom I'm reading for, what is the concern, and based on that, I get more inclined to, okay, I think I need this one. So I love all of them. I recently saw neurology cards. That's interesting. I have not seen them yet. So maybe you can share some readings, and it'll be interesting to see. How many decks do I have? I have never counted. I'm not going to count. I won't be able to buy another one. I did your course earlier. Thanks, Isha. Which deck should we start with? So I would say start with something which is easy, something which has certain words at least written on the card. So let's say, for example, I'll share from my past experience. So this is a beautiful card, and I know people, there are certain readers get very attracted. But if you see, it is just written Owl Spirit, and you see clearly now. For a beginner, to read this card, you will have to go through, how many cards are there? 68. You will have to go through in-depth 68 cards to understand. So I'll not recommend this one to start with. So pick something like, I'm not saying you pick this only, but something which has, like, for example, I said, like angel therapy. So there are small messages that are already mentioned. Like, for example, it has the one message, solar plexus, and it mentioned it is safe for you to be powerful and take charge of your life in positive ways. So what these words will kind of, tickle your understanding. And then based on these words, when you will look, you will be able to add on to more words with the pictures. But if you choose a deck which is like, for example, this fast life deck, if you choose and it's just the arts, then there is no base for your mind to go into, and for a lot of people become just blank looking at this. But if you have certain words, so I would advise this, that choose something that will have little words, at least some words, so that you have that little baseline, and then when you look at the image, you can go deep and you can add on to the details of what it is saying. So for reading, what are the basic card decks need to be with us? Any one card deck is enough. to do the reading any one card deck. I'll again say, just go through, scroll the ones that are available, whichever place you are, and then just choose one to start with. Need to know, do I come out from suffering that I'm, okay, no, okay. As a healer, which is more important? I don't get this question. Can you elaborate on it? Elaborate on it. Like which deck is more important? Okay, if that is related to the deck, then if I'm a healer, healing is a different modality and card reading is a totally different modality. So I am not seeking healing from the cards. What I seek is the guidance. What I seek is more information, more understanding. The card reading will not do the healing. So once you know what's the problem is, or when you have better understanding, you'll still have to go and get the healing done. So this is not healing at all. This is to get more information, better understanding. It gives you an edge to make choices, make decisions. Okay, let's say I'll give you my example. So I have a very young daughter, and there are two of, like the best schools where I'm staying. And then during pandemic, I had the option that she'll get very easily admission anywhere because the people were leaving the place. So there was one school which I was very inclined to because it is very traditional and too much, very much in close like Indian schools, writing and strictness. But then they have very high fees for registration. So if you fill the form, you have to just give 10,000 or 20,000, just imagine, and it's non-refundable. So as a parent, I thought that there are two schools and I know wherever I'll apply, I'll get because she is nice, and like my daughter is good, and they have the seats. So what I did, I took the cards and I did the reading. How will it be if my daughter joined this school? So I could see her journey. And then I used the same deck and I said, how will it be for her if she joined this school, the other one? And then I saw her journey. But then when the reading came, the school which I was feeling I should send her was not good based on her personality. So what I did, I made her admission to the school which was more suitable for her kind of personality. And now I see that she loves going to school and she is improving. And now I understand the kind of personality that's becoming better of her. Had I sent her to the different one, she would have even, subdued the energy. So for me, I use cards for decision making most of the times. Sometimes when I am not restless, like we are contractual basis. So every year there is a concern that what if the contract does not extend? What will happen? Again, we'll have to move. We don't move cities, we move countries. So it's a big change, right? So for my unsettling mind, I don't want anybody to give lecture to me that, okay, don't worry, life is good. I know. So to satisfy my flickering mind, my emotions, these are the cards that are my best friends, because I know they don't lie, and I also know that they won't manipulate me. But when I open, sometimes I just sit and open cards just like that randomly, and then they give certain messages which really makes me feel good at times, which really makes me say, okay, I think I'm on the right track. So they become like a friends who I can just talk to and will always tell the truth. So that's how I connect. How to protect ourselves while reading. What are you, I mean, what do you need to protect from? That's my question. Okay. So when we talk about intuition, when we talk about guidance, wisdom, it's no doubt it's a lot of light aspect, but intuition comes from the heart. It comes from the heart. So if I am not loving enough, compassionate enough, generous enough, I'll not be able to. Let's say, for an example, so once I start doing card reading, my family is like, okay, Kim, this. I know my family in and out. And there are some whom I really don't like much. Now I am opening the cards, and the cards are very sensitive towards the energy. Whatever I'm opening, like whatever I'm feeling, that's what will come out. So if I'm opening the cards for somebody and I really don't like and I have so many critical thoughts, the cards will open like that. So the process of card reading helped me become really neutral. Like literally life lessons, which becomes very difficult at times to learn. The working with the cards helped me with this. So become really neutral. And then like the word comes protect. Protection comes from the aspect of fear. As if I am the innocent, beautiful child of God, and I am surrounded with everything that's evil, and I need protection. From what? From what? So when we do this, there is no point of connection. I mean, protection. Why? Because right now, like the way I teach and I bring, and because I'm much better than the last 2 years, so the quality of the content and the process will be more spiritually inclined. So we work on ourselves. Even as a card reader, we work on ourselves. So when we grow, our connection with the divine increases. And the more card reading we do, if you notice, like all those who know, there is a difference in the spiritual card, there's a difference in the connection. Because we are connecting there. These cards have no energy of its own. If ever if persons can like the card that I use more, will have more because I am using it. So the truth is, the message is not coming from the card, the message is coming from you, from your connection, from your intuition, from your spirituality, from your wisdom. So as you go in the process, you evolve internally and you are able to see better for yourself and for others. So when I'm able to see properly, if I'm more loving, if I'm coming from the aspect of bringing in light. So when the connection is strong, all those who belong to the energy field, you know that already there is an impact around you. A person who serves, a person who has a good heart of helping somebody out is automatically protected. So there is no need of thinking, because the moment I see protect, I'm in that same moment, I'm just saying that I'm not safe here. If I am not safe, how can I ever be able to provide that comfort with my words to others? And if you are doing card reading, somebody who's very happy will never come to you. They're least concerned. So the one who will come will already be in a position which is not that nice. So there's nothing to protect. The protection is already good when you are there. Like, yeah. Recently, I've done an oracle card reading, redefine. Is this course same or different? Little same and yeah, different also. That card reading redefine I designed specifically for keeping in mind that the people have already done something related to angels, so they have a certain background. Here, this time, this is open for everyone. So we'll make more stronger base. We'll have more inputs and ways so that the people can be more intuitive, who has no background of any card reading or anything as such, like any angel or something. So partly same and partly new. Do we get answers to solve situation? We get insights. Yeah, actually we get insights. So we get a better understanding. Yes. Can you please open a, okay. I have just seen, please one for me. Oh my God. Can you please read a, I'm looking for questions. And so how many cards can we picked up? That depends upon, we learn that. We learn. So there is a 1 card reading, there's 3 card reading, they can be 6, they can be 10, they can be 12. And I also teach how you can customize and make your own spreads. So you don't need to just rely on which are already there. based on your unique situation or based on the unique situation of your client, you can create spreads, and it works wonders. I have to deal with the ray. Okay. I'm just going ahead because there's so many requests of reading. Somebody's writing and then I'm not able to. Yeah, thank you, Sudhaji.
There is a question, what about if someone is not so intuitive?
Yeah, I just read that. So that's how it is. So this course is designed for people who have no background. Even if they have no background of any connection with any kind of, though it's not possible that somebody has no connection with any spirituality, because right from the childhood we have our parents. So, but you don't need any specific background for it. So we'll work. So we'll work together, and I'll work with all of you to help you build and connect with yourself, to help you have that connection and to rely on the intuition. I'll give simple exercises, fun exercises daily basis to connect with things around you, and how to get messages not just with the cards but with the surroundings. So don't worry, we'll work on building intuition together, and I'll share tips, techniques, so that you can continue doing that, and it keeps on increasing the more you use cards. So initial base, I'll help build. I'll give tips and techniques which, randomly without cards, you are moving, and then you can still work on increasing the intuition. And once you start doing the card reading, it just kind of, comes in the, like, the rate of getting the intuition heightened becomes really fast. So don't worry, we'll have. Do we see angel numbers? People have different meaning about angel numbers, which should be followed. Yeah, we'll discuss that also in all sort these kind of things. Okay, we'll discuss that in the session too. From past 2-3 months, I have inclined towards cast deck. Is it something connecting? Of course, it is connecting. Maybe you are already getting connected because. So I remember, I think yesterday, a beautiful person in my life, she was just asking that why you chose to learn card reading. And I really thought, why? And then I thought, the time when it came to my life, I never used to think much about it. I like something, I would just go and do it. So tarot came in my life without even my choice. Somebody is going to buy tarot, and my friend, I was very young, and she did not have enough money, so I paid for her. She said, okay, no, you just keep it, I'll buy another one. So I was just sitting in my home and I got the deck. I did not choose for. But for the oracle card reading, I was getting too much inclined towards angels suddenly. And then I was just searching, and then I came across the card reading course and I did it. And I thoroughly enjoyed. And that's how you see, if I don't enjoy, I would not buy so many. So these cards were not bought at the same time. It's like over a span. Once I keep on doing, then I say, okay, I think I'm liking this one. So when I talk with somebody who needs a card reading, when I talk, I get a pull from one deck. Okay, I think this is the one that she or he needs the most. So that's how we just go. I'll also teach how to use multiple decks together. So let's say, for example, one deck has limited thing, and oh, this deck is not directly applicable to this, but this has such kind of insights which is required. So I'll tell how to mix match decks and do it. It's a fun journey to be in. Very excited, and I'm just sharing about it. I'm feeling very excited. So no problem if you're not intuitive. When I started, I was not at all intuitive. I was very logical. So yeah, I know. I'll help you. How is angel card reading different than oracle? Angel card itself is an oracle card. It is just that the theme of it is angel. So any card that is not structural, that is not tarot, based on any theme, is an oracle card. Is it possible to get a reading from you in one-on-one basis? Yes. In fact, Jedi, what's the date? 5th February?
Yes.
Yes. So all those who will register before or on 5th Feb will get a personal angel message from me. So it's going to be a certification course, 6 weeks. I'll just read it what's here. So certified Oracle card reading course, certify as an Oracle card reader in 6 weeks, enhance intuitive powers, connect with divine guidance, and receive a certificate upon successful assignment completion. It's going to start on 23rd Feb. It's Friday and we'll start on the evening. There will be recordings available for 3 months even after the course is done. So it's 12,000 Indian rupees plus GST. And if you register before or on, like 5th Feb will be the last date, you will get a free personal message. Okay. So yes, if you register before, you'll get a free personal message. It does not mean that you cannot register later, but this is just an extra extended one, like extended gift. Oh yes, and I forgot to mention, it's not mentioned here. All those who have done pendulum dowsing course with me, so couple of little more than that. I did a course on pendulum dowsing, right? So all those who have done pendulum dowsing course with me, for you we will have an extra session where I'll just guide you how you can include and use pendulum along with the cards. So that will be a free bonus session for only for those who have done pendulum dowsing. Somebody messages and then all the messages goes. EMI options, I think Jaideep will share, so you can just contact. Thank you. And then what if the interpretation get affected by then mindset? We'll learn that, all that causes hindrances, all kind of thoughts that comes in, we'll do all of that it does not work. Why do we see angel numbers? People have, okay, this we already did. Okay. Have I missed any question? After course, can I start reading for others? Yes. In fact, during the course also you can start. So maybe the first day. So for example, first day we did something. So I'll give you an assignment to do the reading and you can do it for others too. And then you can share the experience. Okay, so the first, like for example, we'll start with the first one card reading. So I'm just picking one card. So we'll practice on first day and then you do the reading the entire week and then share your experience. Because this is again, it's like, the skill. Card reading is a skill. It's not just, it is a skill that comes with practice. It's same like you cannot just know how to do cycling. You need to cycle to know it, and you become better once you cycle more. And once you start doing it, then you have your fair share of questions. Oh my God, what do I do if this happens? Right? So every week, that's why there's a gap of 1 week. So first day, whatever you learn, you practice on you practice on your family. When I started doing the card reading, I just used to go after my family first. Please come. I wanted to do reading for you. And they used to laugh at times, and especially my brother. And when things start happening, like, oh my God, this happened, you mentioned. And then I used to say, oh yeah, see, that's Simon. So that's how the journey, it's an interesting journey. And I would say all those who do card reading, it's like you become a child again. You start connecting with the environment, with everything, just like from the childlike exuberance. And we are going to have fun. So definitely by the time 6 weeks is done, if you are doing what I'm asking you, you will be very confident in doing the readings. Jaideep, can you please help if I have missed any question? Because somebody writes and it just goes down. Oh, it just goes up.
Okay, so how do I generate clients? Because there are so many people in this field already.
That's a good question. We'll work on that. We can have a topic on that too, little. But in general, see, everybody knows social media, everybody knows marketing. But what really gets client is your energy. With me, I'll tell you, I never thought, I these cards just happened with me. So when I started for practicing, I used to go after family, friends, then neighbor. So when in the part of like the process of my practicing, they knew. And once you start doing the right thing, they know what you're telling is right. So mouth to mouth publicity really goes like wildfire. That works with me every time. Like before I came in contact with the Triangles team, I think nobody knows because you'll never find me promoting. Never, I would never do it. I'll do things for one person, that person will say, okay, I had a good experience. So how you are again comes back to you are the product. You have to work on yourself. And this is a spiritual field. People don't want to come to some, see, everybody, there's so many people who are in this field, who are in so many other fields, but then the sincere ones, the trustworthy ones, the compassionate, generous ones, the helpful ones are very less. So when you hold on to, the positive qualities and traits that you find missing around, that becomes your unique process. And we'll talk about it a lot too. To make sure, to just check and how to check that I am not biased. So the more you work on yourself, it's like all those who again belong to energy field, you understand that the energy body becomes big and then your reach becomes big. So once you are vibrating beautifully, and then if you are coming up live, like for example, you can come on Facebook or Insta live just for free card reading. What I was doing, I was just picking one card randomly and doing. There's so many ways of promotion. So you just do it. And then later, once they connect, they don't connect to you with the cards. They connect to you because of your heart. So when you connect, see, so many of you are asking, do you do personal consultation? Right? It's the same thing. If you have it here, that radiates, that touches. And once that touches, the people comes. And I think the best promoter is your own clients, the customers, or the family members, or the friends, or the neighbors. Because when they say, oh, yeah, you said something that really helped. That's what you do, no? You just recommend. So that's how it is. Any offer or discounted price for pranic healers? No.
Just
Okay.
to clear this question, if you are an elite member of Triangles, you get this at 12,000 flat. So there is a discount of GST for all the elite members of Triangles. Okay. There is a question, how many decks are required to start our Oracle or Tarot card reading journey?
One.
One would be enough.
Just one. And it is better if you start with one. Why? Because when you start with one, it's like, it's a jack of all. It's like if you have one, and once you become one with that one, you will excel in it. And that will give you confidence. If I have too many varieties, anyways, in our life, there are too many distractions. So I would say 100% one. Start with one. Be very comfortable with it. And then, so for all those who will say, okay, you said you will tell us how to combine and do it. I'll give you to practice that, to know that. I'll give you an option. I'll open it for you and we'll practice. But you don't need to start with two. Just pick one and be more comfortable with one. Once you are more confident, then your intuition will tell you which one to buy. A lot of times people buy and then they say, I do not resonate. So pick one, and then once you are connected, you ask the card which one to buy, and then you can get that one. That's it. Any question I have missed? I bought Doreen Virtue card 5 years ago, never use it. That's okay. You can still use it. So somebody who has just got out of, you can use, there's no problem. Anyways, we'll start with cleaning the deck, personalizing it, connecting with it. We'll do everything from scratch. So even if it is there somewhere in the attic, you can still get it. Will work. In fact, once we really connect, I'm not saying it will happen in 6 weeks, but there are people, when we get too connected, we create our own cards also. That's just the intuition. Because just imagine, no, these are people only. They are not somebody who just came from a different planet or star. These are all people, and their journey started with cards. So when they're doing it, once you become intuitive and say, okay, this image, this image, this is image, and that's how you see so many oracle cards variety. And that's why I love working, because different people, different insights, different kind of inclination, different words. So when I get when generally I get a deck, I don't go with the book. I just go with, like, I first connect with the cards myself, and then later I see, okay, let me see what the author has to say. So I'm telling you why my personal experience is, it's like, if it's same, like, if somebody has already said something, it creates a bar, and it takes an extra effort to go beyond it. So I said, okay, I'll listen to your viewpoint later. I'll first go through. So that's exactly what we'll do in the process. I'll not give you the verbatims. I'll say connect, make a connection. And the truth is, in the process of making connection with the cards, you are making connection with yourself, with what your heart is saying, with what your own mind is saying. It's a beautiful process, and I just welcome you. If you can, it's going to be very interesting. So that's it, I think.
Yeah, there is a question about EMI process. So it's very simple. As such, we haven't fixed any EMI amount for anyone. So you can pay by yourself, and you can just let us know that I'll pay this amount in this month, this amount in this month. So you can set your EMIs within like 2, 3, or 4 months. So just try to pay before the course ends. Okay, that is what we request. Just try to pay before the course ends. So thank you. And yes, any other questions you can ask.
If not able to attend the live, we'll share the recording. And the recordings will be available for 3 months after the course ends. So 6 weeks of course. And once the course ends, so I think if I take 23rd, it will be last Friday of March. So after March, like the last day of course, you will get the recordings for 3 more months to go through, refer, and then go through it. And every time when a session is done, so let's say if we have a session from 4 to 6 p.m. On Friday, so most likely by Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, you will get, I'll try my best that once the recordings are ready, we share the same day, but let's keep it little easier for us. So the next day of the session, you will get the recording. So all those who cannot make live, you can still go through the recordings, and we'll answer all the questions, everything. It's a lot of practical things that we do. It's fun. We feel like kids, and we just kind of experiment with. It's a lot of fun and laughter every time we do it. And there are a lot of wow moments also. And I have come across people like who did the course last time. Many of them, they say, oh my God, I do not know from where that idea was coming, from where it was coming. And then I've also got the feedbacks like my sister or my XYZ, close person. Before the person asked me, I already told them. It's like I was already feeling something about them, and they asked. So it's up to each one of us. The more open we are, the less we doubt. The angels around, or let's say the divine around, becomes very happy. It is like they are always giving us some or the other messages, but we are not receiving. So the higher beings around us, they really become happy whenever we do something. They say, okay. Then you start getting more messages. It's like you're watching TV, and then you say, oh my God, this is the answer. So we'll do everything. Yeah, we'll do everything. Okay, is that anyone still any question? Otherwise, we can end the session. For all the questions related to Elite or something, maybe you can contact Jaydeep and personally, and he'll just take care.
Navyam Joshi, do not worry, we'll give you extension. But you can take the EMIs. There is no issue with that. Okay. So you can just pay by 3-4 months and take that option. Yeah. For allied members, you can contact me personally. Those who are allied members, they know because they have paid for the entire year. So if you haven't paid for entire year sessions, you are not an allied member. Okay. So yes.
So I think that's it. Anyone, any other question? If I have missed, just type it again in case I have missed. From my end, I think I have shared everything. So it's going to be a 6 weeks journey. Oracle card, there is no restriction. You can choose any. If you have one, you can use the same one. It will be a practical workshop where you will learn. There is no prerequisite. Only the prerequisite is that the person knows English language, because the people join from all, and then I'm sorry, but that's my weakness, that I feel most comfortable sharing in English. So if I use Hindi, it's like I need to use my mind, and I'm sharing something where we are working on intuition. So the only requisite is that a person has basic knowledge of English. I speak very basic. It's my second language, not the first. So not very high-fi words. So anyone above the age of 16 years old can join. So recordings will be available, and that's it. I'll be there throughout. Any question, any doubt, I'll be available. We'll create always the WhatsApp group. I'll be available on the WhatsApp. I'll be available on the email. So we'll answer all questions, and I'm just inviting you to have 6 weeks of fun. A journey that's very childlike, and where we just keep our logical mind aside, and we let our inner child, and we let our feelings and our senses become heightened. Because so that's it. So I welcome you for the 6 weeks journey of fun and intuition, and we'll try to become better human beings also. Okay, so just literally give a small thanks prayer to the Universal Supreme Being, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to my spiritual teacher, to all the spiritual teachers, to all the holy gurus, saints, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers, to all the beings of light, wisdom, love, power, all the beings of connectivity, technology, all the angelic beings, all the higher beings who have been here throughout and who have been there before and will be there after, helping each one of us. We're very grateful for your presence. We're very grateful for this opportunity. We're very grateful for your blessings, for your contribution at all levels. With deep gratitude, deep respect, and lots of love, we thank you all. We thank ourselves. We thank everyone in full faith. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking out time and being here. And I hope we have a great time together soon. Thank you, Navyamji. You attended inner child healing. It's really working. Thank you. Things work. So that's it. Thanks a lot. Lots of love, and we'll see you in Feb with the card reading course. Anything else, Jenny, you have to add?
No, any questions, you can contact me or Ashirvad, and after your payment, we will add you in a WhatsApp group where all the details about the session would be shared. Okay. So any questions, you can just contact us personally. Thank you.
And this recording will be shared, so don't worry.
Yes.
We'll share the recording. So if you know somebody who might be interested, you can share with them too. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Lots of love and gratitude. Thank you so much.